If you don't have the need to shoot at 4K, then this is probably the camera for you. ACTIVEON CX camera. Okay, and both cameras are actually on in their cases. So we're not using an external microphone. We got a tripod mount. Tweening the animation in between the swapping of sections could be a lot more fluid. You got your HDMI out right here, and then you've got your charging cable right there. Really cool feature. You can zoom in on this, but I like the icons and the simplicity of it. Built-in Wi-Fi, and just on this side alone here, you can see that this is a lot flimsy. Okay, so this one's much better. If the video quality is as good as this camera, then this will be the camera to get, at least as a backup. ACTIVEON CX Gold, there's two models. This is the 1080p 60 frames per second version. Okay, and there you guys go. As you know, on our unboxing reviews, we try to get things going right out of the box. So right out of the gate, you get your app guide. So there is an app for this. It's a wireless control using the ACTIVEON mobile application right here. Let's see what else is in the box. A USB cable. Now let's take a look. It's the same cable as the GoPro uses. I don't know, I think so. The cable that comes with this camera actually charges the GoPro. We've got our backing case. We got an extra mount with an adhesive on the back, so this is probably for your helmet. An 8GB 10-speed micro SD card that comes with the camera, so that's pretty cool. I wish GoPro had camera SD cards out of the box. And then we've got our battery, and the battery looks like this. And this will not fit inside a GoPro. Of course, we've got some branding stickers and whatnot. ACTIVEON right here, ACTIVEON stickers. Then we've got our final manual, user manual right here. High precision f2.4 ultra wide angle lens, waterproof up to 60 meters, live view through smartphone, digital image stabilizer, ACTIVEON application, built-in 2-inch LCD touchscreen, full HD 1080p 60 frames per second recording, 60 megabyte CMOS sensor, so that's for your stills, I imagine, built-in Wi-Fi, and it's got the integrated micro HDMI output. So very similar features to the GoPro. We've got, we know that the mount may or may not work. This is not a GoPro mount. This is a mount from another 4K camera that we have, but this one actually works with GoPro mounts. So this technically should work if this is a GoPro friendly item. And you know what it is? It worked. This camera mounting hardware and system works flawlessly with GoPro. So not only does the mounting system work, the cables are the same. Let's see what else we got in here. So I am really happy and psyched so far with this. Here is our camera, you guys. I really like the color. It's kind of beigey gold. Another thing that I really like is the buttons are up top. The mechanism that locks this, it's a lot better. GoPro mechanism that locks the camera. It's like, again, let's compare, right? So we've got this, and then we've got this. So just on this side alone here, you can see that this is a lot flimsy, and many of these have broken on me. Whereas this is nice. It locks around the button. It keeps everything nice and clean. And it's a lot longer here. The ridge is a lot longer, so it snaps a lot better. So I'm a lot happier with this, and it's easy. It's not hard with GoPro. It's so hard, right? If you guys have GoPros in the water cases, you know how hard it is. Let's take the camera out. First impression, the look, a lot sleeker than the GoPro. This feels very modern, very Apple-like. The beveled edges, the more beveled edges than the GoPro. The GoPro's got like maybe 50% of this sort of rounded corner here. It's really nice. It feels really good and comfortable in the hand. The size-wise, I believe it's identical. It feels lighter than the GoPro for sure. Now on the side, we've got a slot for micro SD. So this is for your card. Let's open the card up. SanDisk 8GB micro SD out of the box. So that's a nice little touch. We're gonna insert it in the Then you got your HDMI out right here, and then you've got your charging cable right there. We've got two buttons. One's got the red circle on top, one's got the gray. Battery slider is at the bottom. Just like GoPro, you push it and then it pops open. One thing about GoPro batteries is that the little black piece of tape on the back is so flimsy and it gets stuck and flattens out over time. This is so much better. It even says pull up on here. It's a big piece of plastic, probably 250% wider than the GoPros. The GoPros is right in the center, so you kind of like got to grab it like this, and it's really annoying. This is much better. Another thing, this moves nicely on the edge when you open it. It's not stiff, so this is really a nice feature too. So now we're going to slide the battery in. Oh yeah, this is so much better. Look at this, guys. Okay, and then we're going to close it. Done. Oh wow, and check this out. We got a tripod mount screw right in here. Beautiful, beautiful. This is a really nice touch. So you can right away screw it onto a tripod. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So now let's give it a go. So once again, we're going to press the red button. Pressing the red button once. For 1 second. See if anything happens. Nothing is happening. Okay, let's try and hold it for 2 seconds. I held it for about 2 seconds and we got an active on screen, and right away, as you guys can see, it is live. Now, really cool feature, you can zoom in on this. At the very bottom, you can see it says 1080p wide. The interface has got 3 arrows. One, I'm assuming each one of these takes you to a screen. So the first one on the left side, some sort of a camera setting. So one is manual. One is for water sports, one is for riding, one is for winter sports, one is for diving, one is for night shooting. And then let's see, I think there's more, so let's go down. One is for outdoor, indoor, so let's press indoor. So I think what it does, it adjusts the colors and the scheme that is optimum for that activity. The next menu comes from the very bottom when I press it, and you've got your Wi-Fi, upside down, quick record, beep, speaker, and mic. So immediately I find this interface ugly comparative to GoPro, but I like the icons and the simplicity of it. So let's press speaker. You can disable the speaker function in beep simply by pressing it once and then re-enabling it by pressing it again. So that's a really nice versus going through all the damn features inside a GoPro user interface on the Hero 4 at least. So we're not going to get into the entire interface of this camera. This was really an unboxing video with a little more details, but let me see what else I can have. Let's go to our next interface, which is the arrow coming in from the right. So we press it. It's a lot more slicker, the interface on the GoPro. I got to give him that. Here you just click, right? Really. You don't really need to slide, but on the GoPro is much nicer. So with video, switch to photo. You can do playback, or you can go to setup. So let's go to setup. So video setup, general setup, connection, effect setup. Let's check out effect setup. So you got zoom, filter, AE meter, white balance, ISO, timestamp, upside down. Okay, so there you go. It's upside down. So I do not like the interface that this camera has. It could be a lot slicker. The tweening, the animation in between the swapping of sections could be a lot more fluid. It feels very, very cheap. Like I have a lot of clones, 4K cameras, and it is a touchscreen, for example, but it's like you press it and that's it. These days, you know, with iPhones and Samsungs, we're used to the interface being fluid and then the animation coming in nicely and smoothly. So this camera is actually lacking that. But again, do we really care about that if the camera has better features? No. I click the Wi-Fi option. Okay, so here you go. It's trying to pair with my phone, so that's kind of cool, but we're not going to get into that right now. I don't even have my phone honestly on me. So turn off the camera, you hold the button for about 1.5 seconds, turns it off. Turn it on, once again, press it, 1.5 seconds, turns on. It's actually really quick, much quicker than the GoPro. The GoPro probably takes about 4 seconds to actually turn on when it's completely off. This probably takes half the time, so I really like that. Oh my god, I gotta record something, let's turn it on. 2. Yeah, half the time, you guys, half the time. So another good perk of this camera that it's half the time. So here is our Hero 4 that we're recording this right now with. This is the speaker. You also have a blinking light that signals whether you have the camera running. It's showing you what mode you're in. So we're in video mode and we're indoor mode. So those are the two icons right at the top here that we chose. It's saying that the red means how long the video has been recording for, 3 minutes, and it's showing how much space is left on the card. So it says 1 hour 4 minutes on the 8 GB card. The battery is almost done, so it means it's gonna die. See, the battery is like dying, so what it did is actually dimmed the screen. So there is a dimming option, I just don't know where it is. So that's very cool. LED indicator 4. So you could disable that altogether. We're gonna stand it to 2. Beep is off, control. Oh, it's got microphone control. No way. Shut up. This is what the Hero 5 has. If this has microphone control, that is sick. Software info. So this is upgradable through obviously the cable, the USB cable. Memory format, no. Default, no. Software, whatever. Screen lock, TV out, time setup. Quick record, yes, we're gonna turn the quick record 0 seconds, 5 seconds. So we're gonna quick record 0 seconds. I don't know what it's gonna do. Auto LCD off, 5 minutes. We're gonna change that to 1 minute. And auto power off. Yes, 5 minutes. The only fault with the user interface on here is the fact that it's not smooth and the icons aren't as nice and it's not as colorful as the GoPro. But in terms of the simplicity of the UI, this beats GoPro hands down. Everything is just nicely organized with icons. So the highest megapixels you can get is 16 megapixels on this camera. Okay, I turned it off. Now we're gonna press the power and let's see what happens. On. And it starts recording immediately. Love it. It's like 2 seconds. Love it. It's like 2 seconds. Love it. It's like 2 seconds. You can see that the red has begun recording. There's a little red light blinking on the side. Beautiful. I really like this. GoPro's freaking giant LED, just not cool. Oh, and it's even on this side. You can see that there's a red blinking right here. Very cool. So that is very, very tight. So there's an option to disable the blinking, but I want to know that the camera is recording, especially when we're filming our episode. I want to know that the camera is recording, but I don't want the light to be in their face. This camera solves that problem. Thank you very much, ACTIVEON. Good choice. So now we're recording on both cameras right now. So we're gonna compare the audio, and you guys tell me, what is the quality here? The ACTIVEON is recording on the right side, and then the Hero 4 is Silver is recording on the left side. So which audio is better? La 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 la. Okay, I think that's good enough. I'm not a great singer. Honestly though, I gotta say, you guys, I'm looking at the camera. I love the look of the ACTIVEON CX Gold. It looks so slick. The lens is looks smaller, and they actually covered the lens right here with the same casing that they covered the front with. See, whereas on the GoPro, I think the lens is obviously better because it shoots at 4K. This only shoots at 1080p 60 frames. But just the look is so much better on ACTIVEON. There's no way for this camera to have an added on battery pack. The camera does heat up. Well, no more less or more, I guess, than the Hero. Overall, you guys, I am really happy. If the video quality is as good as this camera, then this would be the camera to get, at least as a backup camera. Do the mounts work with the GoPro mounts? Here is our suction cup mount from the GoPro, and let's try it. Okay, now it's loose. So let's try it on this one. Okay, so this one's much better. Let me try something different. We've got our little packet with a lot of GoPro accessories. So this is our double camera mount. So we're gonna take this off. And now let's put this right here. Okay, so it's pretty tight. Let's screw it in. So number one, it works. This camera case works with all of the GoPro mounts. So this is the ACTIVEON, and then this is the GoPro. So this is what we're going to be using to test this camera in a moment with this camera. So we're going to see a side by side, and you guys are going to see the results. Here we are. We're going to go now. 2 cameras recording simultaneously. Now the one thing about the Hero is you can see the timer and the countdown on the camera as you're recording. On the ACTIVEON CX Gold, you cannot see whether the camera is on except for that little flashing red LED in the corner. But when you have the case on, I can't really tell. In the daytime, I'm sure you could tell at night, but I can't really tell. So we're just gonna go for a drive and see which one handles better. Okay, so both cameras are actually on in their cases, so we're not using an external microphone. Both of them kind of have an ajar back opening right now because I needed it to be mounted together, right? I'm actually finding that the GoPro looks like it's shaking a little more on the mount because the ACTIVEON case, the actual mount piece that the mounts clip into is maybe 2 millimeters lower for the screw to go in. So that gives you a nicer and a tighter grip between your mount and the case, and I'm thinking that's stabilizing it a little more as well when you're driving, so the camera won't shake as much. I'm actually a little annoyed that I can't, paranoid as well, that I can't see whether the camera is actually still recording on the ACTIVEON. So that's one thing that I wish that they did, is on the front they would have like some sort of a LED where it would tell you whether it's recording or not, but whatever. I would highly recommend getting this camera if you want something equivalent to a Hero 3 Black, a low-end Hero 4. If you don't have the need to shoot at 4K, then this is probably the camera for you. So ACTIVEON CX Gold, they have a lower version, $50 less, which is just a CX, and the difference between that camera and this camera is that one is only 30 frames per second, whereas this one is 60 frames per second. Make sure you go check out all the other videos on the unboxing and go watch the episodes. So make sure you guys subscribe, like, share, and comment. I'm Marcin, and I'll talk to you guys soon.